Okay, so this is a little bit of something that we also did in class just to make sure it's making sense and that you can find it too. It's w3schools.com. Some of you have heard of it before, and certainly a lot of people use it to learn about, the three biggies that we've mentioned, the HTML stuff, the CSS stuff, and the JavaScript that all work together to make the web apps that you know and love. If we take a second here just to go and look at what they have for a JavaScript tutorial, because this is, the one for us that is the most exciting. You can do a lot with what goes on with a web app when you really know how to program using JavaScript. And just to give you the flavor of what it's like to interact with this environment, you get to say things like, okay, well, this is what I want to learn. I've got these examples. Here's my first example. If I click on this date button, it'll display the date for me, and that might not seem all that impressive really, but when you look at what's behind it, they have this little try it yourself area, and you can see and hear something that's very interesting, maybe this idea that it's always within the HTML document that you have this embedded script that's running for you to be able to do the Java code. Now, when we looked at the code player or JS Fiddle, these were in separate windows, and that separation is actually a design principle that we're going to come back to. But with the little examples that they do in W3 Schools, you'll tend to see it all piled into one thing like this. And over here is where you get to play with it. So if I, again, do my click on this button, I get to see the date. And everything that goes into making this very simple little result here is shown over here. Like you can see that it says, click date to display the current day, date, and time. And if I were to modify that in some way, and I want to be able to see that I've done something that makes it different, I can submit it to see the result in there. I've modified it, and I can click on date. But again, this is what we want to focus on, this little function down here, and right now it's got a lot of magical stuff going on with document.getElementById demo, la 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 la. We'll figure it out, but just to get you a little bit of a leg up on the environment, that's an introduction to what you can expect to see in W3 Schools.